Bueno, estamos en la NASA. En la NASA, no, esto no lo teníamos previsto. Nos entusiasmaron Alberto y Ángela y bueno, hablando con ellos, nos entusiasmamos nosotros y bueno, estamos por entrar. Medio salado, pero bueno, acá estamos y lo vamos a hacer. Claro, la verdad que no venir acá, claro, estar a tan pocos kilómetros es un crimen. Bueno, acá estamos. Vamos a ver qué encontramos ahora.
Ese sí, o sea, díselo de verdad. Hoy en la
Papá.
Tierra de gigantes. Bueno, seguimos. Adiós, preciosita.
Me metí tanta cosa. Tengo cualquier cosa, pero... La pones esa vez.
¿Qué estás haciendo vos? ¿Qué estás haciendo vos?
Acá todavía, ¿ves? Para la foto, para mandarlo.
Marina.
Primera foto. Con Garza, de andar por ahí, Garza.
Ay, qué bolsa medio.
Sí, hasta que no.
Hasta que no toca tierra. Sí, estaba programada. Ahí debe ser más emocionante estar ahí.
Después de meses o años de trabajo.
También estar acá en el momento en que aterrizan las cosas debe ser espectacular.
Right now, the wheels of Curiosity have begun to blaze the trail for human footprints on Mars. Well, today on Mars, history was made on Earth. The successful landing of Curiosity will stand as an American point of pride far into the future.
I just want to call and say congratulations to the entire Mars Science Laboratory team and really all of JPL. You guys should be remarkably proud.
Creo que esto se hace.
¿Lo qué?
No, creo que
2020. La del 2016 parece que la cancela. Porque hay una falla con el sismógrafo.
We have set our sights on Mars. Curiosity is on Mars, but now it's time to put humans on Mars. But Mars is hard. This is a big dream that we dream. To make this dream a reality, we need a new spaceship.
If a nation dreams big, there's no bigger dream you can have than space. You dream big, you change the culture.
Either we are the only life in the universe, or the universe could be teeming with other life. And either possibility is so amazing that lots of people want to find out the answers.
The way that we will do exploration in the future is
¡Vamos a Marte!
a coupling between humans and robots.
I take a look at Mars, it has evidence of liquid water having run rampant all over its surface. All bone dry today. Something bad happened on Mars. I want to know what that
Dicen
means.
sencillamente pasar.
The reason I want to be an astronaut is because I want to discover space. I want to know what it's like.
How did the universe's structure come into being? Where did we come from? How did we get here?
So it's not just me who thinks. I'm not the only one out there thinking that the universe is a really cool place. I want to explore other planets because, in part, it can help us understand Earth. But the greatest reason and the greatest driver is that it'll transform how we value what we do as a nation, as a culture.
Great nations do great things. And that's been a hallmark of our nation since the beginning. We've done great things. We've done great exploration. We've done great science. And we don't want to back away from that.
We designed Orion to be the first deep space exploration vehicle since the Apollo era. It's designed to go to the moon, but it's also designed to go beyond that, as far as asteroids and someday even Mars.
Orion is America's new spaceship. The spaceship that's gonna take the next generation of explorers out into deep space.
So Mars is far, far away. It requires other elements to land. So in the near term, for sustainability of the exploration program, we should focus on things that we can afford, like going to the moon or going to Earth objects, which we've analyzed very, very well for Orion Klein Super for that.
So Mars has two moons, Deimos and Phobos. They're both very small. If you could land on either one of those, you could control rovers on the Martian surface.
To allow us to find samples, interesting places for humans to explore, and we can do that without initially having to land on the surface.
And any frontier of NASA going forward, especially if it involves Mars, we need the best biologists, chemists, and geologists, and aerospace engineers, mechanical engineers, because we're going to be building stuff, electrical engineers, astrophysicists, all the frontier science, mathematicians, of course.
Having an active space program that is doing new things, that is exploring new parts of the solar system, like the Farsight, eventually astronauts eventually go to Mars, is an inspiration that will cut across all of the sciences. It's a gateway for students to study science.
Orion is a spacecraft that will be operational in a few years, and a lot of the astronauts who are in the astronaut corps today should get a chance to fly on Orion. But really, it's going to be the spacecraft of the next generation.
I've always dreamed of being an astronaut because I love finding new things and seeing things no one else has seen before.
I would love to be the first man stepping on an asteroid.
Yes, I would love to be an astronaut.
They want to be astronauts. They want to discover something new on a frontier. So a healthy NASA means you have had access to the ambitions of those in your educational pipeline, because they're the ones who are going to invent tomorrow.
So sometimes people ask, why are we spending all this money in space exploration? You can't spend money in space. First of all of that money is spent on Earth.
The fact that people think NASA gets more money than it does means NASA must be doing something right. The Hubble telescope, the rovers, the space station, in its day, the shuttle, all the astronauts, all the science you've ever read about. That's one half of 1 penny on the tax bill. When you add all this up, I can ask a simple question. What's the universe worth to you?
And to launch this new rocket, we need a bigger rocket. Space Launch Systems with the Orion capsule.
Equatorial regions stay warm year-round. High latitudes stay cool year-round. Mid-latitudes change a lot. Other processes on the planet are connected to these temperatures as well. Here we're looking at how much rain falls in the world in 1 month. Some parts of the world receive much more rainfall than others.
Más llueve, claro, es donde más.
Bueno, estamos en uno de los pabellones del Centro Espacial Kennedy, ¿cómo es el nombre real? Centro Espacial. Bueno, pues el Centro Espacial Centro Espacial, lo que era antes Cabo Cañaveral. Estuvimos viendo es una película en 3D, que la verdad que había momentos que uno se le venía encima todo. Es sensacional. Bueno, estamos aquí en el Centro Espacial esperando para tomar uno de los cientos no, decenas de ómnibus que son del Kennedy Space Center, todos son iguales, y nos llevan hasta el edificio supuestamente donde no es supuestamente, es el edificio donde hacen los lanzamientos, del Centro Espacial Kennedy, pero hay cantidad de ómnibus, hay una cola muy larga, pero muy rápida, porque va rápido.
Well, remember now, a lot of this has where they were launched from, tell me later how many females have gone up in space. What's the number 3 to be answered later? Knowing the difference between orbiter and shuttle, how many orbiters were there made? I will revisit those 3 questions later. But now, here's a question that could be answered right now. And it relates to that rocket straight ahead. Using your imagination, question is a 2-part question. Tell me the name of the first American astronaut who went up in space over 50 years ago in a rocket exactly like that rocket right there. And the astronaut was sitting inside of that blue capsule portion at the top of the rocket. What was his name? Damo or Shamu here. It is a very active resource site, ladies and gentlemen. You came because you wanted to be informed. Girls and boys, you brought them as well, I guess. So, here's my point. There's a lot of information to be shared with all of you. So don't blow it. One of the best ways I know to understand this information is for you not to talk. Try not to talk. And listen and using your imagination. Lots of good information. Now I am a participatory escort. Simply put, I ask questions. I know that some of the questions I will be disclosed.
Hi, I'm Bob Cabana, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to NASA's John F. Kennedy Space Center. From launching the first Americans into space to launching humans to the moon, we've launched and carried the dreams of a nation. None of it would have been possible without the tremendous team that made it happen here on the Space Coast. That has made possible the launch of every American vehicle that carried a crew into space since that first flight 50 years ago. During this tour, you'll get a unique, behind-the-scenes look at how America wrote many significant chapters in human and robotic space history. Most recently, the Space Shuttle program that launched 135 missions culminated in the assembly of the International Space Station in low Earth orbit. The station is truly an engineering marvel and a testament to what we can accomplish when we all work together. I think one of the most enduring legacies will be the international cooperation that we've achieved in building and operating it. It's provided us the framework for how we will move forward as we explore beyond our home planet. Not as explorers from any one country, but as explorers from planet Earth. You're visiting the center at a very exciting time. Since the end of the Space Shuttle program, we've been working on groundbreaking missions that are paving the way to the future. We're focused on launching scientific and research satellites, restoring the U.S. capability to launch humans into space from American soil, forging commercial partnerships, modernizing our infrastructure and facilities to support the growing variety of government and commercial activities and missions, and working toward long-term human exploration missions on our journey to Mars. For the first time since the end of the Apollo program, which took us to the moon, NASA is taking steps to send astronauts into deep space with the new Orion exploration vehicle. We have the first spacecraft in history able to transport crews to destinations further than we've ever gone before, including Mars. As capable as Apollo was, the longest round-trip mission to the moon was only 12 days. Orion can sustain a crew of 4 up to 21 days, and when coupled with a habitability module, will allow us to undertake human missions to Mars, which will require close to a 2-year round trip. The vehicle that will carry Orion is the Space Launch System, or SLS. SLS will be the most powerful rocket in history, but more important, it's designed to be flexible and evolvable in order to meet a wide variety of crew and cargo mission requirements. As I said, you're in for a very special experience today. Enjoy yourself as you get a unique look at NASA and Kennedy Space Center's past historic achievements, an exciting peek at our current innovative activities, and an eye-opening view of our amazing future. Again, welcome to the John F. Kennedy Space Center.
ladies and gentlemen, I revisit those three questions I asked you to look up if you deem necessary to do that. But I'm more interested in you participating, especially the grown-ups. They seem to not want to, they don't have the right answer. Feel like, well, I'm not going to say it. It's okay. Girls and boys will understand. They will know that you are human. You don't know everything. So, give it your best shot. We're talking about participating now, okay? Tell me now, how many astronauts have walked on the moon? Two, three. That's participating. I like it. Carry on. Anybody else? 10. I think I heard the correct answer. Yeah. It is 12. 12.
What are those?
Astronauts have ever walked on the moon. Next question. Next question as it relates to the ladies. It is your time to shine. As of today, no matter where they were launched from, how many females have gone up in space? 25. There is a brave participant. Anybody else? 50. No hands, just shout out. 40. Hey, that's 5. 40. Answer is 59. 45 of those females were launched from right here. The other 14 was launched from other locations around the world. Now listen to this. You caretakers of the little ones. And you've thought this many times. But listen. It is acceptable for you to tell the young people and not be abusive when you say to them, I will send you to the moon. How many times did you thought that, huh? Understanding, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, the age groups of the next astronauts to walk on the moon, Mars, and beyond. The ages are from 6 to 16 years old.
That's great.
I will send you to the moon. Lots of information, so don't blow it. And listen and have your cameras out. Here's information as it relates to vehicle assembly building.
Just ahead is one of the world's largest buildings by volume, the Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB. It was built for the Apollo program in the 1960s and stands 525 feet or 160 meters high. The American flag you see on the front is 21 stories tall. The VAB is where everything comes together before a launch. The Apollo and Space Shuttle vehicles were assembled for flight in the VAB. This cavernous facility contains 4 huge bays where the spacecraft were assembled using massive overhead bridge cranes for highly complex maneuvers. Today, the VAB is being updated to assemble our next human-rated launch vehicle, the Space Launch System, or SLS. The SLS is the most powerful rocket in history and has an evolvable design that ranges from 321 to 384 feet tall, depending on mission requirements. This rocket will someday help NASA to reach its goal of human exploration of Mars.
Okay, now, much information to be shared with all of you as we circle the building. We're not coming back this way. So this is, again, important for you to try not to talk, but listen.
This 1960s and stands 525 feet or 160 meters high. The American flag you see on the front is 21 stories tall. The VAB is where everything comes together before a launch. The Apollo and Space Shuttle vehicles were assembled for flight in the VAB. This cavernous facility contains 4 huge bays where the spacecraft were assembled using massive overhead bridge cranes.
By way of a gravel pathway that you will see to your right of here. The gravel pathways will go forward or separate.
Plataformas de lanzamiento de los cohetes. Y aquí ya de allá, donde más atrás, es donde se largaba, donde antes.
That's one lane. So, still using your imagination, and imagine the spacecraft. I should say the mobile platform. when it is time for the spacecraft to lift from this mobile launch platform at the launching pad, the flames from the rocket would go into those three openings there underneath. That is where the flames would go. See straight ahead is our newest mobile launch platform. Imagine, this is what that new spacecraft will be made of. The process begins this way. We have two huge tractors. They're called crawler transporters. Imagine one of those crawler transporters rolling underneath all of this, and lifting all of it straight up. And proceed to transport all of that by way of a gravel pathway that you will see to your right up here. The gravel pathway will go forward, will separate into what you would believe is 2 lanes. It's actually 1 lane. And if you look down at the gravel pathway as we go past it, you will see the tracks of the crawler on this side. Remember, that's 1 lane. So, still using your imagination, and imagine the spacecraft is being, I should say, the mobile launch platform is being transported by the crawler transporter on this gravel pathway to go inside the vehicle assembly building when one of those huge gray bay doors are completely open. And when they're completely open, 137 meters we launch our spacecraft. That is the Launch Control Center. So imagine it is launching day. Some 100 to 200 technicians would be inside that building, having total control of the launching pad and the spacecraft from that site up until 8 seconds into liftoff. After that, mission control and Houston, Texas will take over. Now, as we cross over the crawler pathways, using your imagination with your cameras, looking right, see the great bay doors, and imagine the spacecraft is rolling out from one of those great bay doors coming this way with the spacecraft. And then look to your left. That is the direction the spacecraft will go, transporting the spacecraft. By the way, this gravel pathway, as we cross over, it is very, very special because it has to be to support what would be over 18 million pounds of space shuttle. The new spacecraft will be over 25 million pounds. That gravel pathway is 8 feet thick. Actually, it's over 8 feet thick. Yep, 8 feet and 8 inches thick. Now, back to this vehicle assembly building. This is the real McCoy. This is one of the personnel carriers. This will be strategically located at launching pad. So in case there is an emergency, that is what the astronauts would escape in. And look all the way over to the right, see that mural on the wall being painted. That is where Boeing is building in the world. And it is the only site on Earth where the 135 space shuttles were built and assembled. The only site on Earth where the Apollo Saturn V rockets were built and assembled. Now, you can see the tracks of the crawler on this gravel pathway. That building over there to your right, the dark window white building, that is where we launch our space. Or 65 meters tall. It is 110 feet or 33 meters wide. Each stripe on that flag, red or white, is why there is this bus. Each star on that flag is wide.
Así, ¿vos qué querés? Que yo te la dé, no. No. La verdad que solo los americanos pueden hacer esto. Estamos en un hangar inmenso y acá hay uno de los todos, ¿no? A ver, Alberto, ¿esto qué viene a hacer? Entonces es el cohete pero con la propulsión, o sea, por acá se supone que sale, prenden un fósforo y sale alguno un poco de fuego. Se supone, y todo esto que está allá sube. Esto sube. La verdad. La verdad que qué cosa, bueno, vamos a ir a viéndolo, ¿eh? Mira, y esto que la NASA. Esto debe ser. Qué barbaridad. Qué barbaridad. Vamos a hacer. Bueno, por supuesto es imponente. Todo esto es imponente. Este viaje que estamos haciendo, pienso que es ver tecnología, futuro, pasado, pero pasado reciente. Pero claro, años luz de lo que uno ya ve. Entonces, no hay muchas palabras para describir todo esto, ¿no? Lo que hace el hombre, lo que las ideas, la tecnología, no solamente hoy que estamos en el centro Kennedy, sino en los parques, la tecnología es todo, las ideas para hacer, para ver todo lo que muestra los parques. Qué cabezas de lo que están al frente de todo esto, ni hablar todos estos ingenieros que hacen todo esto, y que este semejante aparato, semejante, no sé, de aquí es una cuadra de largo fácil, bueno, y que sube el espacio, la propulsión de todos estos reactores que hay acá atrás. La verdad que es imponente. A ver, así que esto que está aquí, ¿qué decís tú?
No, que
esta parte de acá,
claro,
que la parte de abajo.
Claro, o sea,
la parte de abajo.
Se quema todo el combustible y esta parte se suelta del resto y cae al océano. Se enciende la siguiente etapa, se quema todo ese combustible y sueltan esa etapa. Y así hasta llegar al final. Así continúa acelerándose el cohete.
Mirá tú, y llevarán un bidón con 10 litros de nafta por de repuesto por la duda. Si se queda sin nafta. Estación de nafta allá arriba no hay. ¿Qué hace?
Luna, primo paso.
Porque cuando me lo guardas en la bolsita.
Ah, mi hija, discúlpame. No, esta es la otra parte, o sea, otra etapa del cohete. Le sigue esta acá. Pero claro, cada vez se va angostando más, cada vez va alargando, desprendiéndose de las diferentes partes hasta llegar, supongo yo, a esta parte. Ahora, ¿dónde va la gente? ¿El tripulado es esto? No. Esto es tripulado, la cápsula es esta. Esta sería la cápsula. Sería la cápsula. Es la cápsula donde va la tripulación que viene a ser ahí. Todo. Bueno, muy bien. Valió muchísimo la pena venir a hacer este viaje a la NASA y lo pudimos hacer. Después, por supuesto, quedó toda la historia de los lanzamientos y los Apolo y bueno, eso es. Esto no tiene nada que ver con el Atlantis que vimos en el en el puerto de Nueva York, en el primer viaje que hicimos, que fuimos ahí, pero ahí estaba nada más que un transbordador espacial. Esto es todo un cohete gigantesco. Nada que ver. Bueno,
¿Qué te pasa, che? Sofía, vamos. ¿Dónde está Sofía? Ah, no.
And I really feel that if we can get somebody on another planet.
Devolveme la bolsa. Devolveme la bolsa.
Vendo pasticita.
Dame. Dame.
What is called loss of signal, as the moon itself blocks all radio links between the spacecraft and mission control. These periods of radio blackouts are always a little tense around here, as in many ways the computer is used.
Claro, la pena
De a una, Sofía.
¿Qué va a ser? Todo.
Como ve que hay cosas.
Ardilla. Ardilla. Agua, ¿también querés ahora? Ah, también, claro, papá está tomando agua, vos querés agua. Está perfecto.
Agua, por favor. Please.
Con eso lavaré la cara. ¿Qué estás pisando? ¿Qué estás pisando? ¿Qué estás pisando?
Ahí estaba hablando. Pues si no, por el tiempo por eso no va
Sí, yo estoy siguiendo.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we need everyone to exit the theater past the yellow and black plastic mask. Past the yellow and black plastic mask.
¿Qué? Sí.
Todos los numeritos y todos los
Bueno, estamos en otro pabellón donde después de un cine espectacular que nos mostró el despegue del Atlantis, se abrió la pantalla y atrás nos encontramos con el Real, el transbordador real que anduvo hace unos años en el espacio, pero este es el real. Ya el pobre está bastante golpeado, ¿no? Deteriorado, pero ese es real. Ese es real. Increíble, ¿no? Ese es real.
Ahí va a estar la pantalla.
La verdad que sigo insistiendo que acá la tecnología es increíble, ¿no? Lo que hace el hombre y lo que hará el hombre dentro de unos años. Lo que hará el hombre dentro de unos años. La verdad que vale. El día de hoy fue muy salado, pero valió mucho la pena comprar el salero, la sal y la mesa para ponerlo, y la papa frita para poner la sal, porque valió la pena. Esto nunca hubiéramos tenido la posibilidad de verlo en otro momento. Estábamos relativamente cerca, pero bueno, es lo que hay, valor. Pero qué suerte que nos decidimos a venir, no pensábamos venir. Y acá está esa preciosa, ¿quién será? Esta nena preciosa que encontré por acá. ¿Quién es esta nena preciosa que encontré por acá?
Sueño. A ver.
Encontré una nena muy linda, acá en el centro Kennedy.
Se ha cortado la planta, por favor.
A ver.
Una foto con ella.
A ustedes.
Ahora sí, pónganse ustedes.
Sí.
Dale.
Mira, vamos a sacarnos unas fotos por acá.
Da igual, dale un poco más de... Esto lo miramos en el otro lado, así no...
Sofía, vamos. Ay, encontré un cartel.
No, por lo menos, viste, camina rápido.
Mirá, Sofía. Las luces, vamos, Sofía, mirá. No sé, te encantaron las luces, pero mirá lo que hay allá. Sofía, mirá lo que hay allá. Allá, allá, allá. ¿Y te gustó eso? Ojo la cabeza.